Hey guys, my name is Matimio, and the other day I was searching through Steam. I was a little bored. I was looking for a new game to play, and I came across this Wild Western themed first-person shooter, and it said that it was free. I was like, okay, I will give this a go. I love free-to-play games. It allows me to try it out and see if I will enjoy it. And I jumped in, and I was blown away at how simplistic and fun it is. But the real kicker on it is that it's not actually free to play. It is 100% free. There isn't any microtransactions. You can't pay for skins or anything like that. You basically just download it, you play it, and that's it. Like it's 100% free. And initially you would think that that would mean that the game is bad and it's poor, but no. Like if you are looking for a Wild West theme, a very skilled shooter that's based off the Source engine, this could be right up your alley. Like it is an absolute blast. And what I love about Fistful of Frags is that it's highly dependent on skill, but they also changed the way that they balanced all of the weapons. A lot of modern first-person shooters usually try to make sure that every single one of the weapons feels balanced. Not one is going to dominate all of them. You know, some may rise to the top, but for the most part, especially if you're playing like Battlefield or Call of Duty, they usually do whatever they can to make sure that all the weapons feel equal. That is not the case in Fistful of Frags. There are some guns that are just flat out better in this game, but that doesn't take away from it because you're also rewarded for using guns that are harder to kill people. And so let's say, for example, I'm using the rifle, which is what you guys are seeing right now. It's a one-shot kill to the chest or a headshot. It's very powerful, but you only get 6 notoriety if you take someone out with it. Now let's say I switch on over to the brass knuckles and I punch someone repeatedly and I get a kill with the brass knuckles, I get 16 notoriety. And while getting kills is great, and if you get a lot of kills, it's gonna continuously add to your notoriety, it's basically the points in the game. And so if you wanna get first place at the end of a round, you want a high amount of notoriety. And so if you use these unconventional weapons, you use a bow and arrow, you use one of these 6-shooters, you know, you use these unconventional guns, you're actually gonna get rewarded for that, and it really mixes up how you want to approach the combat. Do you want to use one of the better weapons in the game and just get a lot of kills and dominate everyone on the field? Or you could switch on over to the brass knuckles or one of these unconventional weapons and take people out that way, a little slower. You may not get as many kills, but you'll get more points and rewarded for those kills. And that is a system that I really appreciated. Not enough first-person shooters right now have this type of system, and it's just refreshing to have that type of balance, not worrying about that some weapons are going to be better than others, but just rewarding people for the playstyle that they want to play and rewarding them more for those harder to get kills. Another thing I love about it is that there is a lot of tension in this game. You guys will notice when I'm using the rifle, sure, it's a one-shot kill if I'm able to hit him in the upper chest or a headshot, but if I miss, I have to go through an animation. Like every single time I fire the rifle, I have to put another round in the chamber, and that's going to take some time. And so if I miss that one shot and someone's charging at me with an axe or their brass knuckles, I'm not gonna last very long. And so there's a lot of tension, not only just to nail the shot outright because you don't want to miss, like you simply do not want to miss in this game, but also when you're reloading, because there's gonna be a lot of moments when your enemy is reloading, you're both freaking out, it's getting tense, you line up your shot, and it's got that Wild West feel, like both drawing at the same time, both trying to nail each other at the same instance, and this is awesome in this game. There's so much tension, and it feels fantastic. And then on top of all of this, it's just a very skill-based shooter. There were moments when I would take a shot at an enemy, take him out with my rifle, go through the reload animation, another one around the corner, pop him right in the face, go through the animation, and I would just do this back to back to back, getting kills back to back, and it's incredible when you're able to pull that off. Not many first-person shooters out there allow you to have that type of dominance in the game and don't reward you for high amounts of skill, because a lot of first-person shooters, as long as you're able to get close to the enemy, as long as you're able to somewhat aim in their general direction, you're fully automatic and you're gonna be able to get plenty of bullets down range, and at least a couple are gonna land securing the kill. But in Fistful of Frags, while that does happen every so often, you know where the enemy is, you know where the bullets are coming from, and if you're a good shot and you're a better shot, you're gonna win those firefights like 9 out of 10 times. There is some randomness into the game, there is some stuff you have to get used to, but once you start to nail down the mechanics, and I would not say that I have nailed them down by any means, but it was clear that there is a high skill gap in this game, and if you're able to master the weapon that you're comfortable with, you're gonna be highly rewarded for it and to be able to go on some incredible kill streaks. They also have a really cool health system in the game. If you get shot by someone, your health is going to go down, and of course, once you reach 0, you're going to die, but there isn't a regen system in the game. It's not like if you're able to stay in one corner and camp in the corner for a day and a half, it's not going to regenerate on you, and so the only way that you're able to actually get that health back is to find booze on the battlefield. You drink some alcohol, they're scattered around, it will slightly increase your health. The downside of it, though, is that if you drink too many, you get drunk and it's harder to aim. Like, your accuracy gets a little crazy, it's harder for you to nail your shots, and so it's a trade-off where you have to be like, okay, do I want more health? Maybe I'm using an axe or something like that, and I want to have that extra health because I just want to charge at my enemy and chop them right in the face, or do I want to have the increased accuracy, but at the same time, if anyone sneezes in my general direction, I'm going to get taken out instantaneously. And I really like this system, because a lot of first-person shooters, you get rewarded for knowing where the health packs spawn. Like, if you get lucky, someone takes a couple of pot shots at you, but you know exactly that a health pack is just around the corner, you grab it, and you're right back in the action, and now you have the advantage over your enemy. But in Fistful of Frags, while you can do that, if you know where some of these spawns, you can grab it and get an extra little buffer before you get into combat, there's also that trade-off to your accuracy. And so a lot of times, I would just avoid the health packs because I wanted to have that accuracy. I wanted to continue on and getting headshots left and right, and if I went down the health route, I wasn't probably going to be able to do that. And what I love about it as well is that it also lets you know that you're also a badass in these instances. It's like, you're almost dead, you're about to die, but you're still killing people, and it continuously like pops up little achievements on the corner of your screen, just letting you know subtly, well, I guess not really all that subtle, that you're kicking ass and you're doing amazingly well. And so I really appreciated that take on the health regen system. One thing about it, though, is that you probably won't be playing this for hundreds and hundreds of hours like some of your favorite modern AAA titles like Battlefield or Call of Duty. Those games are very in-depth, they have an absurd amount of customization, giving you a lot of replayability, and while there is a lot of replayability in Fistful of Frags, there isn't a whole lot of customization. Like, sure, there is a lot of weapon variety, all of the weapons feel very different, but you're not able to put a different barrel on them, you're not able to put certain scopes, there isn't any leveling system, you're not able to get any new perks or anything like that. You basically log in, you find a server, you play with a bunch of different weapons, you play with some friends, you have a good time, and then you put it away. And while if you just absolutely adore the gameplay, you just love the mechanics, then you may be able to squeeze out a couple hundred hours here and there. It just doesn't have the same type of depth or replayability as a modern AAA title, and so don't expect that going into it, and you probably shouldn't because it's absolutely free, but that is one thing about it that I wouldn't say is a negative, but you should just know that going in. And so with all of these factors combining together, you have a recipe for a fantastic first-person shooter. All of the weapons feel very unique, like each weapon feels different, like none of them are exactly the same. There is that nice tension in the game itself because everyone is constantly reloading, and it's got that wild western feel, and just overall, it is a satisfying gameplay experience. It rewards skill, it's got a fun health regen system, and so if you would ever like to try this out, I highly recommend you give it a go. Once again, this is 100% free. There are no microtransactions, there are no gimmicks. You basically download this on Steam. It was a mod, I believe, that was created like 7 years ago. So granted, it doesn't look like a modern first-person shooter by any means, but if you're looking for something that just has solid, amazing mechanics, then I highly recommend you try out Fistful of Frags. But that's about it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this mix-up of Wild Western gameplay, and so I hope you enjoyed. But until tomorrow, have a good one, and take it easy.